welcome Minneapolis High School and Ottawa County sports fans to Cessna Stadium. Wichita State University in Wichita, Kansas is May 28, 2011. We're here for the 101st running of the Kansas State High School Activities Association State Track Meet. Dale Leech and
Mike Perry
here to bring you the Saturday proceedings, at least a good share of them, and we'll be joined by Jay Macy. Mike and I are going to have to boogie out around probably 4:30 somewhere to get back to Minneapolis, take care of some other obligations, and Jay's going to finish up what probably should probably be a majority of the scoring for the Lady Lions and the guys here. But it's a muggy, moist, cool day. I don't know how that'll...
Fast track
for sure.
A lot of runners like to run with humidity as it is. I think the drizzle has quit, but it's still overcast and cool. As Dale mentioned, this is the largest track meet in the United States, I believe, with
almost 3,500 athletes in the state of Kansas here, and it is registered as the largest track and field event in the United States.
Well, you track junkies, get your fill today. This place is going to be jam-packed with events from start to finish. 8 to 8 typically is 12 hours of action here. And as Dale mentioned, some of the points Minneapolis will score will be later on in the day. The 4x8 and the 800 and the 4x4 at the end are going to be pretty nice, good races towards the end. So
field events will start off at 8 o'clock. The 100 meter prelims will start at 8:30. They run all 6 classes today. Fridays split up in 1 through 3A and 4 through 6A, but all 6 classes run today on Saturday. Minneapolis does not have anyone competing in the 100 meters, but we will see for Bennington, we will see, wasn't turned to the page, unfortunately. For the girls, Paige Krall, who's a junior, who has the 3rd fastest time in the qualifications at 12:66, behind Pickens of Peabody Burns and Petrosky of Pratt Skyline. And in the boys, Ryan Gellinger at 11:02 is the 6th fastest qualifying time. Fastest is one we're familiar with out of Salina Sacred Heart, Drew Diedrich at 10:78. The Bennington boys are here defending their state title last year, 2A. And the Bennington girls are going to try to get over the snide 2 years in a row, I think I read, of second banana here.
Well, they lost some pretty good runners last year. The older Stratton girl is hard to replace on a state contending track team. But Bennington looks strong again this year, and we'll try and get as many of the county runners in from Bennington, Minneapolis, our county anyway. There are quite a few. We'll try and get them all in.
Right now for Minneapolis, as far as finals that were done on Friday, Anna Tran set a Minneapolis record in the 3,200 meters. Got a 3rd place medal, 12:11:04. 3,200 meters. That breaks a record held by...
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, we won't.
Go ahead.
Lindsay Perry in 2004 of 12:19:69. So congratulations to Lindsay, setting a good mark that's lasted for 7 years. And congratulations to sophomore Anna Trahan. We're just looking for bigger and better things as her high school career continues.
As I mentioned earlier, Dale, Trahan just really running herself into shape here in the latter part of the season. She's peaking at the right time, and her times are really dropping, especially in the 1,600 and 3,200 meter runs.
Dropped 20 seconds off her
That's a bunch.
regional time, Mike.
That's a bunch. I look for her to drop a few more here. She's in mid-season form.
Of course, it was great conditions for those first races run at 8 o'clock yesterday morning, and temperatures were cool. You know, no oppressive heat or wind. That was very much in favor of the athletes. For the boys, Garrett Doherty finished second in the 3,200 meter. Came in with a 10:06.69. I think that's his personal best. Did not break a Minneapolis record. It's held by Nito Blocklinger, 1997 at 9:52.29. But Garrett has really his seeding time at regionals was 10:52.01, and he ran a 10:06.
You know, he's been solid all year long in the distances, but what impressed me the most, his 800 time and his race tactics have been very, very solid. And then the other track meet, I think it was the league track meet, they threw him in the 4x4 at the end and ran a heck of a
league meet. That was amazing. Fortunately for Garrett today, well, and Anna both, I don't know if this is the first year they did this or not, but the 3,200 meter was run at the very get-go on prelim day. So that final is out of the way, and that leaves them free to run a good 1,600, 800, and be on relays. Last year the first year?
First year they did that, Dale, and yeah, they used to have to, and I know we talked with Kayla Stout on the way up here, and I know Lindsay had to run it 2 mile, 800 all on the same day on Saturday. It was tough.
Yeah.
Very tough, especially on a hot day.
Which it is a lot of times. A lot of times we'll be up here with the fan in this press box on the 3rd floor because it's just stifling, but won't be any need for that today.
I think by the end of the day we're looking at over 80 degrees, so it's going to be a beautiful day down here at Cessna Stadium, Wichita, Kansas, for the 101st running of the Kansas High School Track Championship.
Minneapolis girls have 6 points off Tran's 3rd place, and the boys have 8 points off of Doherty's 2nd place finish. Lucy Giles did not medal in the high jump. That was the only other finals activity. She had a jump of 4.8, which is 4 inches off her best, Mike, for this year as a freshman. And unfortunately, the winning jump was 5.2, which is her personal best for the year.
Lucy's had a phenomenal year in track. Has come to the forefront. She had a really good cross-country season also, I might add, up front. So did Trahan. But Lucy's really ran well in track, and that 800 is quite a race. But I was just thoroughly impressed with her high jumping capabilities when I heard that she had gone over 5 foot.
Yeah.
You go, wow, and her personal best 5'2". So
I think she got 5 foot at league a couple weeks ago. What was her? Let's see if there's a qualifying.
Well, the 5'2" is a good jump, and Dale had checked the final heights, and 5'2", there were 4 or 5 girls that cleared that height, and that was it. So if you're going to medal, you need to be right in that neck of the woods.
Sounds like she'll be well set for her sophomore through senior years at Minneapolis, and we will see her running at least in one relay later today. But we'll be looking forward to lots of great action, and first up here will be the qualifications, prelims, in the 100 meters that we've already talked about. Mike's going to go down in the field and try to do some interviews, and we will intersperse that video in with the footage taken here from the press box. And we hope you enjoy it. Jay Macy, as I said, will be joining us, and he will run some video for the 200, the 800, and the 4x4s, I think.
4x4s at the end.
At the end of the day, when Mike and I have to boogie. So, hope you enjoy it here. As I can't remember, this is how many years we've done this. Well, I guess, yeah, I started filming here in 2001, so this is probably our 10th year. This is 11th year of broadcasting. I'm pretty sure that 2001, I was down here with the VHS camera sweltering out in the sun there, capturing some Minneapolis footage. So.
I think it was a couple years later when you decided to move up here in the press box.
After after being burned to a crisp out there, I turned around and looked and said, you know, there's a press box up there. I wonder if there's any empty spots. So the next year I placed a call, and thank goodness there was one, and we've had it ever since. So, well, we hope you enjoy this. We'll be back and bring you exciting track action here at the final day, Saturday, the 101st running of the Kansas State High School Activity Association track meet. Okay, we're here for the Class 2A 100-meter prelims for the girls. We will be looking for Paige Krall of Bennington. I don't know if she's in the first or second heat. We'll get the introductions here in a minute. Okay, Paige is in lane 4. Or 5, excuse me. Gun is up. Runners to the mark. Krall is moving to the front, and she's going to win their heat. Paige Krall of Bennington. Let's get a time here for her. 12:08.7 for Paige as she wins her heat. We'll be back for the boys 100-meter prelims. Brian Gallagher. My apologies, we have another Bennington runner. It slipped my eyesight. Lexi Watts. She will be in lane 7 here. Lexi Watts in lane 7 for the Bennington Lady Dogs. Okay, the league defending champion won first there. 12.74. I missed Krall's time there, or Watts, excuse me. 13.47 for Bennington Watts. 12.74 for the winner. Okay, next we'll be back with the boys 100-meter prelims for Bennington. Okay, we're here for the Class 2A boys 100-meter prelims. Brian Gallagher from Bennington is in lane 4 in the black and gold. Gallagher's qualifying time to get here is 11:02. give the zoom there, or the pan there. Wasn't quite ready. Brian Gallagher in lane 4 for the Bulldogs. The first of 2 heats, Class 2A, 100-meter prelims. Gallagher's running 3rd right now. He'll take 3rd in this heat, which should qualify for the finals. 11:45. Gallagher's time. Next up for us will be the 4x800s relays. I take that back. We have some Bennington girls running the hurdles. Okay, we're up for Class 2A finals, girls, in the 100-meter hurdles. Involved in this for Otto County is Bennington runner Kim Garrett, a senior. Her qualifying time in prelims was 16.25.
Finals of the girls 2A hurdles, the elected first sellers of Whitewater Remedy in 1483 and 1991. In lane 1, Sophie Hayes, the Mid-Central champion from Illinois. In lane 2, Michaela Brazina of Nemaha Valley, the Big 7 champ. In lane 3, the South Central Border champion, the 1 and 300 hurdles, Sydney Hines of West Elk. In lane 4, the SBA Iroquois champ, Heather Milton of Kiowa County. In lane 5, the Northwest Kansas champion from Oakley, Kelsey Wilson. Lane 4. Correction, lane 6 is Kim Garrett, the Heart of America champion in both hurdles from Bennington. Lane 7, Morgan Fulton, the ASPA Iroquois champion, 300 hurdles from Kiowa County. And in lane 8, Brittany Reimer of Meade.
Okay, lane 6, Kim Garrett of Bennington. The Lady Dogs. Gun is up. They're set.
Heather Milton of Kiowa County in lane 4 had the best time yesterday, and she has the lead here.
Garrett's running 2nd, I believe. 3rd.
That is Milton of Kiowa County.
Should get the bronze.
Correction, that was nice. In 2nd, 15:43 the winning time.
Now the awards stand. Class 6A boys high jump. In 7th place from Olathe East with a jump of 6 feet 2 inches, Michael Williams. And a two-way tie for 5th place from Wichita Southeast with a jump of 6 feet 2 inches, Dexter Hayes.
16:48 might have been the time there. Let's see if I can. 15:83. 15:83, the official time for Garrett in getting the bronze medal for Bennington here. Congratulations. Now, next up will be in the 4x8s. When they come up here in not too distant future. 17-foot attempt in pole vault. Oh, just clipped it. I think that was his 2nd try. Kid from the Kansas City area. He cleared 16.9 by quite a bit. Okay, we're about ready for Class 2A girls 4x8. We'll see all the colors of all the team members as they come jogging down the track here to get started. And Class 3A is over here deep in the end zone, ready to come on the track as the 2A girls will come to their starting positions and get lined up.
Well, it's a cool day, Dale. The times are pretty fast so far, and I look for the Bennington girls to be right up there at top 3 here. They'll start off with Lauren Montgomery. Madison Wolf will run second leg, Jackie Wagner the third, and this name will probably be familiar to a lot of you. This is Sarah Stratman will anchor this thing. Older sister graduated last year. The Stratman girls, very good runners. Middle, long distance run. Here they come, the 4x8s, 2A girls. As the 3A line up in their respective lanes, it looks like the Minneapolis girls are going to be probably in lane 3. Bennington starting out here in lane 3 on the outside. That is Lauren Montgomery. They're lining them up and running them through. Bennington boys, as Dale mentioned, the defending state champion here in the Class 2A track meet. The girls are not too far behind. They're finished second place a couple years in a row, didn't they, Dale?
That's my understanding. I remember seeing them finish second last year, but that's what I've read about the previous year before that, 2 years ago. Coached by Rena Mick and T.J. Trout.
I spoke with TJ earlier, and Dale looked through the archives. Still holds the record at Minneapolis. I believe the mile or 2 mile, one of the
mile.
other.
Blocklinger with the 2 mile.
Nito Blocklinger has the 2 mile time yet. We're underway. Lauren Montgomery with the carry, jumps right out in lane 3. They'll have to stay in their lane here until they get to that cone, and Montgomery does a good job jumping out in front of the contender there. Competition was sliding down trying to gain that first place position, and Montgomery wouldn't let her have it. We'll see if she can maintain that as they're in turn number 3. It's 2 laps. Each runner will run an 800. It's a grueling race. It's about a 10-11 minute race for the girls. So far, Bennington looking pretty strong in the front. Lady Dogs have a very good track team and have for the past 6-7 years. This is Lauren Montgomery with the carry. It's always easy that first 400. It's a gut-wrenching second 400 that you've got to work your way through. Now with 300 meters to go, Montgomery has the pack behind her by about 7 or 8 meters. Nice little lead, but here comes, I think, probably Greensburg. It's either Greensburg or Wichita County. Had pretty decent time also. And they're gaining on Montgomery down the backstretch. Now with 200 to go, Montgomery just barely with a meter lead.
But she looks like she's going to maintain that lead, stretching it out a little bit more now.
She could feel the competition gaining on her now. Striding out, here comes the runner on the outside. Wow, she's got a kick. Bennington still in second place. That's what a finish
Wolf,
Yes,
second.
Madison
Leg.
Wolf with the carry now for Lady Dogs right there in second place, as she has a little bit faster pace in mind as she gets right around the Wichita County. Marine Academy in third, and they're all trying to catch Bennington. It's strung out pretty good, a front pack and the rear pack here. 5 running in the front. Looks like they're running away from the rest of the pack. Wolf still with a lead for Bennington. Stratman's going to have her hands full here at the end, Dale.
Yep.
This is the number 2 runner for Bennington. Sometimes they put the fastest runner right there, but usually in high school it's your anchor leg, your fastest or the best time. Bennington running here with Madison Wolf, a sophomore. Wagner, the number 3 runner, the only senior on this 4x8 team for Bennington. Now Wolf with a nice lead as she stretched it out a little bit. But it always pays to have 4 runners exactly the same. Good.
Yes.
And we'll see if Minneapolis can match this performance here, as Bennington's number 2 runner, Wolf, with 200 meters to go, has a nice 15-meter lead.
And she is maintaining a great pace, not slowing down a bit.
She has a heck of a stride too, as she is trying to lengthen it out. Here comes the other 4 though. They know they're going to have to get on and close up this distance here,
Boy,
or
they
they're
got
going to
quite a lead here, Bennington
call it
does.
quits. Wagner, the senior. Boy, it's nice to have a senior leadership right in the middle of this thing. It's a heck of a race. Bennington with a, what, 20-meter lead, Bill?
Oh,
Or Dale?
I'd say 30 to 40, easy.
And she is going out fast too, and we'll see if she can keep it up on the second 400. Dale, I thought you turned the tape on when that pole vaulter was trying to get over 17 foot down there.
Well, I did catch him trying to go over, but I didn't catch it 16.9.
He was so close to making 17 foot. It was just, it was thrilling. It was a heck of a vault. Wagner now with the carry. And the second place runner is trying to reel her in. It's either Wichita County or Ness City.
It's blue thread stripes, looks like.
Wagner still with a nice lead.
I think her pace might have slowed a little bit here.
Yes, it has. And that second place runner is reeling her in a little bit at a time.
When you're not chasing somebody, makes a little bit of difference, I think, or have somebody at your side
That
to compete against.
Third place team is going to get there. We'll see if Bennington can maintain this 20-meter lead. Jackie Wagner, Bennington out in front. This is the 4x8. Bennington Lady Dogs leading this race. Second place finish last year at this state track meet. And she's closed it up a little bit. I think that is Ness City. Jackie Wagner still in good shape.
Still pretty good. She's running pretty good pace here.
Here's the Stratman girl, Sarah Stratman. Early on, we thought she was going to have her hands full, Dale, but
she keeps that up. They won't be challenging her.
my philosophy is put them away early and let them think about it. Sarah Stratman now with the carry. Lady Dogs with a nice 30-meter lead. That Nest City girl is trying, but look at the stride on the girl in the fourth place. She is making up some ground there.
Yep.
That team would more than likely end up third in this race, that's for sure. This is the final lap of this 4x8 2A girls race. Well, that girl is giving it a pretty good go. Stratman has the lead, but Nest City.
And this girl with the long stride is into third.
She will undoubtedly end up there, but goodness. Stratman now with still a 25-meter lead.
I think I can predict 10 points for the Lady Dogs here, don't you?
Stratman would have to lose control of the baton in order for them to lose. 300 meters to go. Bennington, unless something strange would happen. And now she's really striding it out. 300 kick. You don't see that a lot. She's got one. Yeah, we don't have a Sacred Heart in here, do we? Yes, we do. Sacred Heart's running in this race also, Dale. Would be the dark gold. That'd be over there in the pack there somewhere. But this is Stratman, Sarah Stratman, Bennington, and she has really stretched it out. We'll check the time here, but it's decent. And she's done.
9:56:43 unofficial.
That is a very good time. Second place is going to be probably 10:08. Yes, this is Sacred Heart right here. Bennington, Ellenwood, Nest City, Greensburg, Wichita County, Marine Academy. There's Sacred Heart. Right there.
9:56:7, the official time. So I wasn't too far off the electronic time.
You're right on. It looks like Sacred Heart was
10:15:12 was their seeding time to get here.
Salina Sacred Heart ended up fourth, it looks like. She was the short girl with the socks on.
Yeah. So congratulations to the Lady Dogs finishing first here, getting 10 points and setting a good mark of 9:56:70.
Bennington, Ellenwood. And here come the 3A girls. Minneapolis will be in lane number 3. And that would be Lucy Giles to lead off for Big Blue.
What lane?
Bennington wins. We're in 3.
Yep, inside of 3.
Bennington, Ellenwood, and they move it so fast I couldn't get it. And we're on to 3A. Sacred Heart was 4th. And the girls 2A, 4x8. They're giving them instructions right now. Lucy Giles to lead off. And the starter is getting them set right now.
What was the 2A record, Mike, did it say?
9:46. Osborne. Remember
Oh,
them?
yes.
Mick, Ubelaker, Knoll, and Knoll. Yep. There we're off. Lucy Giles on the inside, lane 3. And is in very good shape. She runs with a lot of experience for just a freshman. And she's pulling right in second place. Lucy Giles for Minneapolis with the opening first 800. And someone kind of slips in front of her, probably Norton in blue. Conway Springs will be red way back there. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Minneapolis in third, Lucy Giles with the carry. Looks like, I think it's Holcomb's got that black and orange, isn't it?
Possibly.
Or maybe Douglas. Lucy Giles in now fourth as a runner comes up on her hip and takes over third place. That's okay, let them take the lead. Minneapolis in pretty good shape here as they've switched up the lineup here a little bit.
2 girls pass Giles, so we're running 6th now.
They had Kelsey Page as the lead off, but it looks like they have moved Ashlyn Mate. Nope, next runner will be Kelsey Page for Big Blue, as Lucy has dropped back to about 6th. As the front pack, we want to stay close to it, but look at that runner out in front.
She's digging.
There's a clean handoff. The leaders are 20 meters ahead. Giles laboring here just a little bit to hand off to Page. Good handoff for Minneapolis. 6th place, Kelsey Page right behind, I think it's Jefferson County North in the green. We've got one runner way out there. She's got almost a
70, 80 meters.
Yeah. Page reeling in the team in green, Jeff County. Goodness, she's got a big lead. This is the second exchange. Page, the number 2 runner today on this 4x8 team, girls 3A. Now coming down the home stretch here, she gets the Jeff County girl in green. She's got another girl on her hip, but in great position here on the inside. I think Douglas is in front of her if she can get to that point. Back into 4th place, that would be huge. But the leader with a 30-meter lead is still running hard. Now, I believe that's Norton Community in the lead.
Kelsey's going to give up a spot. Maybe 2.
So we have Anna Trahan and Ashlyn Macy yet to run. Probably has a little better times than the 2 opening 800s, but with a lot of distance to make up, Dale. Kelsey's going to have to flog it here a little bit. She needs to get back in front of this Jeff County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you mentioned, we're going to have to
gaining a little bit on the next runner.
This is Anna Trahan. We didn't get to see her yesterday in the 3200, but a remarkable cross-country runner, very good. Long distance, very strong runner.
New record holder for the school in both the 1600 and the 3200.
I anticipate her passing at least 5 people, Dale. There's one. She's in great position because Green's boxed in, and she gets another at the 300 mark. Or at the 200 mark. And first 200 here, she's already gained 2 positions back. And she might get another one. Trahan and Macy both running 226s at regional. That's solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're in 6. She's gained 3 places.
The girl in front of her, I'm not sure where school it's from. She was getting close, but just pulling away.
Well, they're both catching the 2 runners in front of them, so they're getting there. It's just the lead runner is clear down at the 200 mark, and we're just making the corner at the 300 mark. So 100-meter lead. Here comes Trahan now. Look at her go.
Mm-hmm.
She gets another. There's 5th. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't in 3rd place by the time she hit the finish line. Macy had better move up in the lineup because her teammate is just flat smoking the field back there.
Well, she passed the girl in red and black, and that girl's passed back here.
Now she's boxed in. Boy, they are all moving down. Look at that lead runner go, Dale.
Yeah.
Trahan handing off to Ashlyn Macy. And Ashlyn gets one right away. She's in 6th. Ashlyn, who has qualified her 800 in the Open 800 later on today. Now in the mix, there's a pack right there. She's in great shape to gain a couple more positions here. Minneapolis could easily get into 3rd.
Fighting for 3rd here, yeah. Mm-hmm. 1st and 2nd might be a bridge too far.
Yes.
Tight pack.
Ashlyn with a nice stride, running very smooth down the home stretch here. Gets 1. She gets 2.
And 3.
She has a great stride for a girl her height. Very good stride.
The Lady Lions are in 3rd, right?
Yes, that's the way I have it. But oh my, they've got a 300-meter lead on us. Ashlyn will not be able to get 2nd or 1st, as you mentioned. But if she can stay where she's at, I don't think she can get to 2nd, no.
No, not at this point.
She is a gutty little runner. And the rest of them are going to be coming after her here shortly, so.
Well, they're comes fourth place, trying to get the third position.
Yeah, Macy's going to have to hammer on it now. That girl is wanting third real bad. Ashland's going to have to run hard here. There's another, the Douglas girl's coming after her also. Come on, Ashland. Close the door on her, Ashland. And I think she got beat.
Yeah, might have.
We'll have to wait. Douglas, Marysville, Norton, Holcomb. No, they moved Minneapolis up. Great.
Well, we're fourth.
Yeah, I thought that girl was going to nose her out for fourth, and we would end up fifth. Minneapolis with a big finish. 10-14-58. So they're about 20 seconds off the high school record. Just kidding there. I had to throw that in, Dale. Minneapolis fourth place, girls with a nice finish here. They were way back and ended up with a pretty decent time at 10:14. Fourth place finish.
What was their
and the girls
what was their
4x8.
qualifying time coming in?
10:08. So yeah, that's why I thought the 4x8 record could be in jeopardy, but a little slower time here at the state than the qualifying time. Now the 4A girls will take over, and we'll probably have to wait for the boys.
We'll be back for 2A boys with Bennington.
Very good. We're on the award stand. Minneapolis getting their 4x8 girls fourth place medals. Douglas just flat ran away with it. They were under 10 minutes with their time. Minneapolis girls there on the left, right beside the green. Fourth place medal, girls 4x8, Kansas High School State Athletic Association. Biggest track meet in the country right here today. And the 4A girls are running their 4x8s. We'll be back with Bennington's 2A 4x8 here in just a minute. Minneapolis boys will not field a 4x8. I don't believe. They're 4x4, I think. And after that, we'll have the Ferris girl run that 1,600 meters for Lincoln, and along with I'm sure Bennington has a 1,600 runner, probably Stratman, and then Minneapolis, Anna Trahan will run. We'll be back shortly.
Okay, we just witnessed the finish to a very exciting Class 1A boys 4x8. Moscow beat out Pretty Prairie by quarter of a second. Class 2A boys coming down the track here now. So they're 4x8. Bennington,
I think
looks
it's
like they're in
6.
lane 6. Yep.
Okay, looks like Bennington leads off with Jacob Crawshaw, Josh Hicks, 2 runner, Daniel Ellis is the anchor, but maybe you know this name, Dale. I don't.
To get my glasses on here.
Scheiferek.
Yeah, it's Sherfeck, I think.
Sherfeck?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
My apologies. Sherfeck will be the 3 runner. We're off. Class 2A boys 4x8. Bennington in the inside lane of lane 6 in the black and gold. Looks like they have the 4th best time at the regional. And as you can tell, they start with 16 teams. So at the 100-meter mark, you're able to migrate over to the lane number 1, and sometimes as you cascade over, it is tough to position yourself, but Bennington in pretty good shape here in 5th or 6th, right with the front pack. It's hard for us to tell exactly who's up front, but Sacred Heart is one of the teams in front of him. Now in the front is Sacred Heart, I believe, Andrew LaValle. Sacred Heart leading this race right now, and Bennington, the outside of doing some passing on the curve and doing a good job staying with that front pack. You don't want to get caught back in the middle, and Crawshaw's doing a great job staying right with the front runners. You can't find yourself in the back pack, especially the first race. Now Crawshaw is really moving up and has got Bennington in pretty good place. 4th place right now, and if that's the way the teams are, it's Ness City, Decatur, Sacred Heart, and Bennington right there, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
This must be Decatur just coming into first. All right, Crawshaw's coming up.
Crawshaw is splitting the defenders right there and is handing off in good shape. Bennington in 3rd. This will be Josh Hicks with the carry, keeping Bennington right there in 3rd, but that first place team, it's either Decatur Community or Ness City, is out there, but here comes Bennington. Very good recognition of Hicks to go out with that lead runner, as Bennington has themselves in 2nd place here. Hicks with the bright orange shoes, and I mean bright. Almost neon, aren't they?
He's going to reel in first place here.
He's got a very nice stride to him, and as Dale mentioned, has got his sights set on the first place runner. And by the looks of the first place runner, Hicks ought to have him at the 300 mark and have Bennington in the lead. He didn't wait that long, did he?
Nope. 350 mark. Can he hold it now is the question.
I think the Decatur runner must run better trailing, because he's smoked Hicks on the backstretch now, and they're back in the lead. So it's a 2-team race right now.
Now the closest is 30 to 40 meters back behind them.
Sacred Heart in 4th place, now almost dropping back into 5th. Kane Comfort is one of the runners for Sacred Heart. They've got him listed as the number 3 runner. Corey Donnelly running right now for Sacred Heart.
The next handoff.
Bennington in 2nd place. And I think that's Decatur County, don't you, Dale?
Yes, I heard him say it.
Ness City's in 3rd, and looks like Lincoln is right back there in front of Sacred Heart.
Scherfeck with carry here for Bennington.
Lomberger was the opening runner for Lincoln. Arne. That's the way you pronounce A-R-N-E.
That's where I'd say it.
Arne or Arn, one or the other. There are no Abels running, so we know they're not going to be able to outrun everybody. Decatur Community now stretching it out. Bennington, Scherfeck. With the carry for Bennington, has dropped back. Ness City And that is Kane Comfort on the carry for Sacred Heart. Decatur Community, if they've got their best runner lined up at the end of this thing, is in pretty good shape with about a 100-meter lead on Bennington. Bennington, the second place team, running all alone. Here comes Sacred Heart. They're going to make a run at it anyway. What a kick. Now here comes the rest of the field. Bennington in a solid second place. And this will be Daniel Ellis for the Bennington Bulldogs. But he has got a ways to go. Look at that lead, Dale.
Yes.
About a 80-meter
70
lead.
to 80 meters easy.
Sacred Heart in third. And I think it's Nest City in fourth. Kind of wish they'd put the teams on the board in their order. Decatur County running away with this thing. Boys 4x8, Class 2A. 1 lap to go here for Nest City. And there is a team just now handing off, Dale. That looks like Burden Central or Harrington.
Lap traffic.
Lap 2. Daniel Ellis still in great position to get Bulldogs into the second place silver medal position here. Donnelly evidently is running here. Picasso was one of the runners. Kane Comfort, Andrew LaValle, the other. But this race is Decatur County Community.
Where are they at? Right here.
Right here in front of us. And they've got quite a lead on Bennington. Bennington has made up a little distance here, but that is a heck of a 4x8 right there. Bennington will finish second. Sacred Heart in third. Big finish for Bennington. Second place here at State. That's not too bad, Dale.
Not at all.
Competition is
I tell you, anytime you get into the top 3, that's just fantastic.
Yeah. Decatur County, Bennington, Salina Sacred Heart, Nest City, La Crosse. And let's see if we can pick up where Lincoln ended up. Lincoln is about 13th. So big finish for Bennington. They just could not get out there and find that Decatur Community relay team. They were out and gone.
8:25:13 official time for Bennington.
8:25 is a very good time. Their qualifying time was an 8:30, so 5 seconds faster than their qualifying time. 8:25:30 for Bennington as they bring down the Class 3A 4x8s. Minneapolis boys do not have or have not qualified a 4x8 team. And as we get ready for that,
next up will be the 100-meter finals.
Congrats to Bennington. We will click on the 100-meter finals because
Bennington will have girls and boys.
Girls and boys, that's true. Plus, if we wanted to, the Ferris girl, well, that's a 1600.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, we'll catch some of her. She's probably one of the more outstanding female athletes in the area.
Yes.
No
by all
doubt
means.
about it.
We'll be back with more action here at the state track meet at Cessna Stadium in just a minute.
Okay, another points update here after the 4x8 action for Class 1, 2, and 3A. We apologize, we didn't pay any attention to Class 1A boys, but Tescott ran in that. They finished 15th. Their participants were Donovan Dunn, Joe Huerta, Jacob Falder, and Sam Panko. They ran an 8:59.97. So far, the team has not scored anything in the rankings after 7 events. For Class 2A boys, as we saw, Bennington was second. Salina Sacred Heart was third. Lincoln ended up being 13th. Scoring point-wise, teams in Class 2A boys, Washington County is still first with 22. They haven't moved from that for a while. Second place tie with Burlingame and Osborne with 20 points. Bennington has moved into fourth with 18. Sacred Heart is tied for 12th with Cimarron with 10 points. Republic County has 7 points at number 17, tied with Lincoln. Solomon has 1 point at 29th. Class 3A boys, Beloit High ended up in the 32 or the 4x8 relay, 9th position.
No points.
No points. There were no other area schools really in that. For points so far in Class 3A boys, Hutch Trinity is first with 24, or tied actually with Conway Springs for 24 points with first with 24 points. Get that out of my mouth here. Third place is Hillsborough with 18. Riley County fourth with 17. There is a 4-way tie for 14th between Minneapolis, Holcomb, Douglas, and Beloit with 8 points. Southeast Saline is 28th with 2, and Ellsworth is tied for 32nd place with 5 other squads with 1 point. So that's the way the standings shake out here after 8 events. Completion of the 4x8s. Next will be the finals, the 100 meter, with Bennington girls and boys.
She had a pretty good. Yeah.
All right, Class 2A girls 100 meter finals on the clock here.
Paige Crawl from Bennington.
In what, lane 5? Yeah.
Looks like she's Paige in lane 5 will have her stiffest competition probably from the girl in lane 4. It looks like I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. Pickens.
Yeah, Pickens,
Yeah.
I think, is the defending champion. If I
Peabody
remember hearing
Burns.
correctly.
So there are 2 times faster than Paige. Julie Koak from Nemaha Valley also with a little faster time. So this could be a pretty close race at the end.
Paige is what year? Junior?
You know, looking down the list, there are not a lot of seniors participating this year. Lots of sophomores and juniors. Class 2A, 100 meters, girls. This is the finals. We'll also have a Bennington runner on the boys' side in the 100, Gallagher. And Starter's going to get him in the blocks here as he gets him set here. Overcast day still. We thought it would burn off and get hot, but still cool. A little bit of a breeze. The gun is up. Good start.
Boy, she
But
stands
not
up
a
quick.
good start from Crawl. As you mentioned, Dale, it stood up pretty quick. Coming on strong at the end, though, she will get third. Looks like. Not a good start by Crawl at the out of the blocks. As you mentioned, Dale, she does stand up quick. 12:53.
53 or 63. Can't.
It looks like 63.
I don't have my reading glasses on either.
83.
83, yeah.
There's some good eyes, Jay Macy. 83 is still better than her qualifying time. And a third place finish by Paige Crawl. Bennington here in the final.
That'll give the Bull Lady Dogs 6 more points.
They're starting to add up some points here.
Class 3A will be up next. I think what the brown girl from Beloit will be in this. If any other area girls in it or not. Yep. I was told yesterday she is the sole Beloit girl here.
I'll be darned. That is amazing. Well, it sounded like Slade Crone did all right in the shot for Beloit, and their hurdler down there, I think, was Nemechek. Yeah, had a good race in the 110 high.
And I noticed looking at the regional results, Riley Baker was just outside qualifying for 100 meter photo finish, huh?
Vanderplus from Phillipsburg, Brown from Beloit in lane 1 from our league. I think Dale's going to run the tape on her so we can see what the Class 3A 100 meters. Jay just mentioned Riley Baker just barely out of the picture for qualifying in both 200 and 100, or excuse me, 400. She is in the 200, I believe. Just so close. Good start. Brown on the inside lane 1. She might have gotten 6th.
Is that an independent runner? The first has to be, yeah.
She did. Brown with some speed in the last 20 meters finishes in 5th for Beloit. Dale mentioned the sole girl participant from Beloit here at the state track meet. Well, we'll be back when we get some, I think, Gallagher in the boys 200 meter. Unless you wanted to watch Javeski anyway. Later
Oh, yeah.
on.
Well, we might as well.
Ellsworth
Get Zaveski
girl that
when
has
she gets here in another
transferred to Salina South.
Another heat, yeah, out of Ellsworth. Actually, she's a Central. She's a
Central,
Mustang.
excuse me. We'll be back.
Class 2A girls 100 meter dash in 7th place from Skyline.
Okay, Paige Crawl with the third place finish there, a 12.83. 6 points. That puts Bennington up in third now. 2 points out of a tie for first with Greensburg and Washington County, 24 points. Bennington's tied with Plainville with 22 points. El Saline has stayed at 20. Oh, on the medal stand now. Four-time gold medal champion Lauren Pickens of Peabody Burns. Next up will be Class 5A girls 100 meter. We'll put this on here because former Ellsworth athlete, is it Karen Zaveski? What's her name? Is at Central this year and has been doing quite well. 3 years at Ellsworth. We've got to see her play basketball and run track quite a bit. Alina. I think I read she tore an ACL last year.
Very quick and very athletic. Transferred from Ellsworth. She'll be out in lane 7. Alina Zaveski. Runs now for Salina Central. This could be a quick one here. The prelims looked awful fast at the end. It looked like there were 3 shoulder to shoulder. In her heat anyway. She got a very good start.
She's running second.
She's going to have to hurry to hold third though. We'll look at the board to see where she ended up. At
second with a 12:18.
Gosh, that was a nice run. Second place for the Ellsworth transplant. I'm sure Ellsworth wishes they still had her.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a sad day when they moved out of town.
Class 5A, 100 meters. We're getting ready for what you look for in the boys section anyway, but this is the Class 6A girls 100 meters getting ready to run.
We'll be back with 2A boys and Bennington, Brian Gallagher.
We got Dale back on the camera here. This is a girls 100 meters, Class 6A, and as the announcer announced the girls, I knew it was a pretty fast field, but he says we have 3 of the fastest girls all time in this race right here in the top 10 in the state of Kansas. So this could be an awful fast 100 meter race right here. All time in the state of Kansas, the 3 of the fastest are in this race right here. And can you guess which 3 they are? She blew the field away. I didn't expect it to be that easy.
12:09. Keys of Junction City.
And she is the fastest sprinter in Kansas all time. Alicia Keys, Junction City, 12:09 in the 100. It was going to be fast, and boys 1A 100 meters is next. But Bennington will be up Next on our schedule, right after them, Class 2A. We'll be back.
Up-to-date point totals in girls Class 3A after 10 events. Douglas is still number 1 with 29 points. Rossville second with 26th. Locally, Minneapolis is tied for 14th with Lions, and Central Heights of Richmond with 10 points. Bailey Brown of Beloit is number 21 with 7 points. Southeast is Lane at 23rd with 4 points. Okay, Class 2A boys coming up. Bennington and Sacred Heart, local interest.
In 6th place from Caitlin with the time of 12:48. Angie Mouse in 5th place.
Brian Gellinger in lane 2.
In 4th place from Emporia.
Diedrich in lanes 5 or 6.
In 3rd place from Newton with the time of 12:28.
Out of Sacred Heart.
In
Or
2nd
no,
place
is he on the outside?
with the time of 12:18. Alina Zosky. And Casey Washington.
Yeah,
Got to
that's
meet Buffalo out there in lane 7.
Oh, is that the purple that's out there? Okay.
I think so.
There's Diedrich
No,
there.
excuse me.
Diedrich's in lane 6.
Yeah, Trevor Weens is the Meade Buffalo. He's going to be in the middle of the track. Gallagher in lane 2.
Lane 4, the High Plains champion for me, Trevin Weeds. Lane 5, North Central AA champion from Salina Sacred Heart, Trevin Diedrich.
Diedrich in lane 5. So be a good race in the middle of the track, I think, at the end of this.
Lane 7, the Northwest Kansas champion, 100 and 200, Rodrigo Alves of Oakley. And lane 8 is Trey Brown of Linden.
Well, I haven't seen any umbrellas pop up yet, but it looks like it's a little bit heavy out there. Fast track and cool.
Humidity is thick.
Distance runners love it.
Yeah.
Class 2A, 100 meters. Finals. Bennington lane 2, Meade lane 4, Sacred Heart lane 5. Yep,
Somebody DQ'd.
I think it might have been the Meade Buffalo. Yep.
Now the award stand, Class 1A boys long jump. In
The favorite just DQ'd, I believe. That's too bad. And I can look down at my sister and see.
Now, how's that going to affect the runners in lane 3 and 4 with not having somebody right beside them?
Well, the number 1 runner just had to put on his sweats, and that's not good. Dietrich's got to feel pretty good now. That's too bad. You know, I can't see that from here when it happens. That starter is right there. And that one year, we had the second best 4x100 team, and in prelims, the best team DQ'd. And it just opened the door for us. It was an easy win. Dietrich right out in the middle of the track. No problem there. Dietrich will win this. Sacred Heart.
It's like Gallagher,
Gallagher
3rd or 4th?
Looked like 3rd. Nope, you got a good eye, Dale.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, he is third, yeah.
I've lost the. There it is.
Dietrich with an 11:13 and Gallagher with an 11:38. Third place finish for Gallagher from Bennington. And Sacred Hearts Dietrich is the winner in the middle of the track. Weens from Meade DQ'd. Probably had the best time in prelims. 3A is next.
We got any 3A boys that are familiar in this race?
Not that I'm.
Yeah. Not only are the Minneapolis boys lacking sprinters compared to the past, but I think NCAA in general, other than
The whole
Dietrich,
league, yeah.
is lacking sprinters. Okay.
Brazon.
Yeah. As Jay just said, there's Russell sprinters and NCAA sprinters from Russell in 4A, and also Brazon, Republic County in Class 2A. NCAA primarily a 3A league, but there are some 4A and 2A squads. Well, we'll probably catch the 6A boys as we do every year in the hundreds, and then be back for the 1600s.
1600s.
Okay, now for the race that'll be on the 6 o'clock news. The only thing they show on 6 o'clock sports this whole track meet is the 6A boys 100 meter. Yeah.
And now the finals of the boys 6A 100-meter dash, again featuring one of the all-time top sprinters.
10 o'clock sports. This is what they will put on. 6A boys 100 meters, but we just saw a 10:60 100-meter dash in the Class 5A, and that kid was flat tops of that field by half a second. He was quick. Dale says there's moisture in the air, so
I'm sitting here feeling droplets occasionally on my face with this open window.
times are wind dated, as they had just mentioned. Get the Wichita North and Shawnee Missions and all the fast ones. Our area, no 6A schools, so all the names are Greek to us, but it's always fun to watch and put them on. Typically they are quick. Starter has them in the blocks and the gun is up. We are just real close. 6A boys, 100 meters. A great start there by Saunders in the middle of the track. He's going to run away from this.
Overland Park?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 runners under 11. So it was a quicker heat than the Class 5A, but not quite as fast as the winner of the Class 5A. 100-meter dash.
10.61 winner there. 1,600 meters coming up. And I think we've got
Ferris girl.
Ferris girl from
Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then Anna Trahan. I'm sure we'll have a Bennington runner.
No girls 2A. But Garrett Montgomery for the boys. And, of course, Minneapolis will be Garrett Doherty. No Bennington boys. That was Garrett Doherty. So Minneapolis will have a 1,600-meter runners, girls and boys, and we'll catch a little bit of Jenna Ferris from Lincoln, probably one of the premier female athletes in the area, guys. So sophomore at Bennington.
Now they'll have the girls first here 1A, and Ferris, that's 1A, Lincoln 1A?
Yeah, 2A.
2A. So this will be the 1A girls 1,600 meters. Ferris will be in the 2A, along with probably a Bennington girl, I would assume.
No, Salina Sacred Heart, Tracy Thibault.
Tebow. But no Bennington girl, that's odd.
And El Celine, Aubrey Wilson, those are the only area runners. But they are 1, 2, 3.
Next, that's good. Next after that will be Anna Trahan with the girls.
And then Garrett Doherty,
3A.
back with the boys.
And we'll be back shortly.
Class 2A girls.
Gallagher getting his medal on the
Oh,
stand for the 100 meters, and there's Dietrich's there in the middle. Bennington third, Sacred Heart first. We're getting ready for the girls' Class 2A, 1,600 meters. And we will have the Ferris girl from Lincoln in this race.
Aubrey
And
Wilson from El Celine. Her dad has coached at Minneapolis. Jeff, is that right? Is that his name? Huh? Doug, yeah,
Doug.
excuse me. And T-Wolf from Sacred Heart. And the Wilson girl was at Bennington for a period of time.
All right, they're spread out as they hit the pylon to cascade over into the inside lanes. And I can't tell where Ferris is.
Not in front, it's red and blue.
I think Ferris is in third right now. Looks like Lincoln Leopard coming up on the outside there. Ferris moving into second, I believe, and takes over first spot. I think the red and black would be El Celine, I would assume. Oh, I see, yeah. The Wilson girl.
And Ferris, every step she takes now is pulling away.
Wilson has a 5:31 qualifying time. That's a good time in the mile. Ferris has the best time with a 5:26. So the Lincoln Leopard out in the lead here should probably be able to get there now. Another contender moving up a little bit. That is Sacred Heart. Yes, thank you, Jay. Tebow. And Tebow has the third best time with a 5:35.
They say, is that Wilson in third? Fifth, okay.
The tall one. There she's moving up now. Wilson from El Celine now running comfortably there in third. Ferris out in the lead.
Seabolt from Sacred Hearts dropping back. Northern Plains, a new league. It's officially starting next year, but they had their first league track meet this year. They sure are. Yep. We have a 16-team league. Who is this? I wonder. That's.
I think it's got to be the Hill City girl. I would. Farrah still in first. Aubrey Wilson in third. Kind of reminds me of a Plainville color, but. Black over. We'll find out. She just took the lead away from Ferris.
And Wilson's going to move
Wilson.
up.
Ferris not at the top of her game just yet, but we're just halfway through this.
We've never seen her run, so this might be very typical for her. Who knows?
Yeah. Paige Wells, Wichita County. Her time was a 5:39 coming into this. 1600. Ferris down the backstretch trying to keep pace with El Saline. There goes the Wilson girl from El Saline now into the lead.
And Ferris is.
Not with a stride like that. Goodness. $100 meters to go here.
This isn't the bell lap yet, is it?
Well, I don't see a clock. There, she was running like.
Did they? Okay.
It was. Wilson, Wells, Ferris in that order. Kind of turned around. Aubrey Wilson from El Saline with the winning time, and I do mean winning time, 5:19. Wow. Good.
5:19.85.
That's 12 seconds. Wow. She bested her qualifying time by 12 seconds. Ferris right there at. I'll get a time on her. They're doing the bottom portion of it.
Well, I bet the Bennington girls still wish she was on their squad. Huh? That would help towards a.
Ferris ran the same time she qualified.
Or Minneapolis.
Wilson the winner at 5:19. Ferris from Lincoln ended up in third. Ran the same time she qualified in.
Anna Trans on the lane 1. Is that right? All right. New record holder, 1,600 meters for the girls at Minneapolis High School. Breaking Mary Lutz's record from 1980.
Mary Lutz. I look for Anna to drop it a couple more seconds here today. This is great running conditions, and Anna's peaking right now. Very strong runner as of late. And I look for Anna to finish top 3 in this race right here. As they cascade over, Anna's got the inside lane, but she's going to come in right about 3rd or 4th. If she maintains inside position, she'll have, she had to check up because the runner jumped in front of her there. And I hope she didn't get clear out of sorts, running in fourth. TMP girl will be tough.
Actually, we're running fifth, aren't we? Yeah. For the time being.
Now fourth.
Anna, a sophomore.
Now third. Anna, a strong runner, has got to go out with the front pack. She's got someone to run with, just go, and she is. Pretty quick first lap. The TMP girl is slowing, and the rest of the pack is catching up a little bit. Anna's
Dropped back into fifth.
kind of striding down the backstretch, and a couple of girls have passed her. 1,600 meters, metric mile, I would call it. Reuter. A 5:31 is an excellent time. Anna's still running comfortably. She's a strong runner. She's kind of gotten herself boxed in, though. Has moved to the outside there, running comfortably. And her position's been fluctuating between third and fifth, so she's got someone to run with. And it looks like the TMP girl is going to run away with this thing. Trahan has got herself in pretty good shape here as they change positions once again. 1 lap to go after this one. 200 meters, half a lap yet to get to the bell lap.
But Anna is losing steps, losing position step by step here.
She's in sixth. She needs to go right here. Bell lap, Anna Trahan, Minneapolis, right there. Is struggling just a little bit down the home stretch here. 1 lap to go. Let's see if she can get her second win. Anna at the 300 mark. Let's see if she's got that cross-country 300-meter kick here. She needs to bring it because the rest of the field is coming behind her. Yep, she needs to go. Half a lap to go. Jay's noticing the same thing I am now. She's got a girl on her hip in turn 3. Here's the first place runner, TMP girl, Reuter.
Oh.
Douglas in second and third. 4th, 5th, 6th. Anna is going to have to stand on it to maintain 7th if she's going to medal, and she does. Trahan will finish 7th, and Jay's got the time, or oh. I got her with a 5:36. Not too bad. 7th place finish, Trahan, in the girls 1600.
5:36.39.
It was a fast field. A lot of girls, strong runners in that race. Trahan, 7th place finish there. Her qualifying time was a 5:41.
Yeah.
So she's
What do we?
5:36.
So next up will be Garrett Doherty.
We'll cycle through the rest of the girls 1600s, and then it will be Doherty's go at the 1600. So until then, we'll take a quick break and watch the 4A, 5A, 6A, and then we'll be back with the boys 1600, and we'll pick up anyone we recognize, but we think Doherty will be our next racer. Until then.
They came from gold medals now.
Okay, updates on points here for girls, Class 2A and 3A, after the completion of the 1600 meter. Aubrey Wilson of El Saline brought home the gold there. It gives El Saline their 3rd gold medal of the meet, and they are in the lead with 30 points. Bennington is 4th with 22. Tied for 2nd is Kiowa County out of Greensburg, and Washington County with 24 points. So 2nd and 3rd and 4th pretty close. El Saline has zoomed ahead by 6. They've got a chance to bring home at least 1 more gold, if not 2, with Mariah Jones doing her thing. So might be a gold, might be a first place meet here for El Saline in the girls' side. We shall see. In the 3A, after the 1600 meters, Miranda Trahan finished 7th. Douglas High School is 1st with 43. Hayes TMP right behind with, no, not right behind, with 33 points, 10 points down. Minneapolis is tied for 13th with Medicine Lodge with 11 points. Other schools from the area, Beloit and Bailey Brown, 21st with 7 points still. Southeast Lane still 23rd with 4 points. We'll be back.
Class 3A on the award stand. Hannah Trahan grabbing the medal there for the 7th place finish. 1600 meter run. Hannah Trahan with a nice finish. Actually, she bettered her qualifying time by quite a few seconds. Had a pretty good run, but pretty stiff competition. The girls were very fast.
And I did say she has broken the school record, but there might have been a typo in the information that I read, so that'll have to be clarified. But I could see it falling in the next few years with Hannah Trahan.
Yeah, I do too.
If she hasn't already.
5:22, the winning time, so it's a quick race. Anna Trahan on the medal stand, 7th place finish. Brings a couple more points into the Minneapolis basket. Girls starting to gather some points now in the track events. We'll be back with, let's see, what do we have next day?
Doherty's
1600
meter. Yeah.
Garrett Doherty will run 1600. This is the last girls 1600. This is 6A running now, so they'll go back to 1A, 2A, and then Garrett Doherty's 1600. So we got a couple of races to wait. We'll be back. Time on the picture?
I got one of actually on their freshman year when they were doing the relay. That's pretty cool because they just happened to be there.
It was exactly the time that, yeah, they.
Class 3A boys,
on the
1600
state,
meter. Garrett Doherty. Inside lane number 2.
Doherty in excellent shape on the inside of lane 2. Always likes to get in the front to stay out of harm's way, and that's exactly where he's at right now. Garrett Doherty, the start of this 1600 Class 3A race here at Cessna Stadium, state track meet. Garrett Doherty leading first lap. You might think he would be the rabbit, but he's not. Very experienced runner. Senior year, and I know he wants to go out on top. This would be a nice race to pocket first place. His teammate next year at Hillsboro is probably right on his hip there. Doherty leading here at the end of one lap. And everyone else is settled in behind him.
Ought to be about like a walk in the park for Garrett today, not having to run to 3,200 meter the same day.
They ran the 2 mile yesterday, which gives the kids an excellent break, especially the ones that run 3 or 4 races here on Saturday. Doherty with the 1600 will also run the 800 and the 4x4, so he has 2 more races to go. Garrett in second, striding out. That's the Hillsboro kid, isn't it? Plainville?
It's the next one down.
You're probably right. Yeah, the Plainville kid stretching out a little bit of a lead. Doherty still in second. Bucking a little bit of a wind, I believe, going down the home stretch here.
That's Hillsboro in third, isn't it? Those colors?
Yeah, you're right there. There's his teammate to be next year at Hillsboro, Tabor. The Riley County kid, ponytail. It looked like he moved up a few spots here down the home stretch. He has some legs to get there. Doherty in great shape here. The rest of the pack is catching up to him here, though. Garrett in third. And the leader I think he's slowing a little bit. The rest of the field is catching up to him a little bit here. Here comes Riley County. As Jay mentioned, this kid's got the legs to get there. The green shoes, light blue, powder blue outfit, and the Hillsboro runner right there is going with him. Doherty in third place, and they're starting to reel in the number 1 runner out there.
Well, look at the
Armin
Riley County kid
Northwest.
go now. Whoa, my land. Somebody lit a fire under him.
And Garrett is trying to go with him. Doherty's going with him. That Riley County kid knows where the first place is, doesn't he? Doherty's coming. Garrett in third place. He's got a kick. Garrett Doherty is not done yet, fans. Garrett will get one. Will he get the Riley County kid? What a finish by Garrett Doherty. Second place, a nice race. Nice race. Garrett Doherty with a fantastic finish there, 4:30.
4:35.27.
4:35,
27.
27. That's about 3 seconds faster than his qualifying time. A heck of a nice race by Garrett Doherty. That Riley County kid, he had some strength down the stretch. Garrett, I think another 20 meters would have caught him. It was a great race. Minneapolis with a second place finish. Garrett Doherty in the 1600. Great race.
So Garrett with 2 second place finishes now in the 3200 and the 1600 meter.
Well, we'll see if he can strike gold in that 800. As I talked with Coach Mick earlier, Coach Mick thought probably the 800 was Garrett's best race, and he thought if Garrett was at his peak, and he thinks he is, he's going to drop under that 2-minute mark, and an 800 that get him right there. We'll be back with more track from Cessna Stadium.
Let's see what's on the docket next for us.
That was a great race. Yeah.
4x1s relays are up. Bennington girls. And that's it for the 4x1s, Bennington girls.
4x1s are going to be fun. It will be just Bennington, but they're a lot of fun to watch. And we'll be back with that one for sure after the 1600s.
Class 3A boys medal presentation for 1600 meters.
Power Lion is all lined up at number 2. Garrett Doherty with a big second place finish in the mile. Jay was telling us about the regional out at, or the sub-state at Phillipsburg, that the Riley County kid was right there, and it was quite a race at that time also. Doherty, a second place finish here. His teammate next year at Tabor is on his right, a 5th place. Excuse me, he's 4th place. Garrett, he's getting the medal right there. The official time.
Just a second.
4:36. 36, yeah. Still an excellent time. Garrett Doherty picks up a silver. That's his second silver medal here in the state competition. He was second place in the 3200, and now he's second place in the 1600. He has the open 800 to go and the 4x4. So big day for Garrett Doherty, and the Minneapolis boys are starting to point well. I thought the girls would even outpace them, but we're looking good later on today, that's for sure.
Team ranking updates for Class 2A and 3A boys after 10 events scored, and the 1600 meter being the last. Bennington, defending champion, has moved into first with 24 points. There are 5 teams tied for second with 22 points. Osborne, Salina Sacred Heart, Marine Academy, Washington County, and Plainville. And Burlingame has 20. So that is going to be a close race down to the end. 3A boys with the completion of the 1600 meters. Hutch Trinity is in first with 34. Conroe Springs is 5 back with 29. Minneapolis has moved up to 8th place with 16 points. 2 second place finishes by Garrett Doherty. Phillipsburg has 16 for 8th. No, sorry, we're tied with Phillipsburg for 8th place. 10th place right now is Beloit. How strange is that, guys? There's just enough people here tearing up what they do good, I guess. But they're 10th with 14 points. The other schools in our area that might be of interest here. Southeast is Lane, 34th with 2, and Ellsworth still with 1. So,
Well, as long as we beat Beloit and Conway Springs, I'll be happy. Or Conway Springs gets beat. That's
yeah, well, they're
Bennington.
second right now, 29. We have to score a few more points there, but so we shall return with 4x1 action with the Bennington boys. Freshman Lexi Watts, girls, excuse me. Lexi Watts, Kim Garrett, Lauren Montgomery, and Paige Kroll for the Bennington girls in the 4x1 action. Here's the national anthem. The flag's way down here. Well, I didn't catch where that kid went to school, but one of the athletes here today. Now they're going to have some type of a presentation. They already honored Rick Bowden, who's retiring this year from Cascia. Well, we'll be back for 4x1 action. Okay, Class 2A girls, 4x1 here. Bennington Lady Dogs running.
Watts, the leadoff leg for Bennington. This is a 4x1, each runner with 100 meters. It'll be Watts, Kim Garrett, Lauren Montgomery, and Paige Crawl will anchor this thing. So this could be a fast race. Their time, 51, almost 51 flat, is the #1 time in this group right here.
Lane 4, which would be the fastest.
It's exactly right. They've got them staged in lane 4, so Bennington with the proposed favorite. Watts, Garrett, Montgomery, and Crawl. They're recognizing starters and such. A nice national anthem earlier.
Did they say we're ahead of schedule or behind schedule?
I think we're behind. I think Jay did some calculating a little bit ago and checked the times on the 4x or the 4x or the 1600s, and we were behind a little bit. Okay, starters trying to get them backed into their blocks here. Bennington lane 4. Watts with the leadoff leg here. It's not much of a leg, just 100 meters. We'll hand off. She'll run the curve. Kim Garrett, the senior, will run the backstretch. Lauren Montgomery will run the other curve, and Watts off to a pretty decent start here as they made up the stagger on one girl. We'll check the handoff here. Excellent handoff. Garrett down the backstretch here, striding out, and the all-important handoff coming up here to Montgomery. She had to wait just a hair, but not too bad. Montgomery runs a decent curve. We'll hand off here to Crawl, and the all-important final leg here is Crawl is going to walk away with this thing. Bennington girls 4x1 state champs right there. That was clean all the way around. Every handoff I saw was just about as perfect as the coach would look for, and we'll look time here as
50.6.
That's exact. Well, they're 51, so yeah, that was a great time. That is their best time right there, 50.62. The qualifying time was 51. So Bennington girls are gold here in the 4x1. Good race, Dale.
Very good race.
So Watts, Garrett, Montgomery, and Crawl head to the stand here shortly to pick up the gold on the girls 4x1.
Next up on the docket for us will be the 400 meters. We got anybody in those?
We've got
Daniel Ellis from Bennington.
a boy, Ellis from Bennington. Did I skip past the girls?
Nope. Looks like that's the only 400 runner.
Looks like Daniel Ellis, Bennington, will be our only 400 runner. After the 400, we'll
have the hurdles.
Well, Minneapolis, Corey Egger's in our 400.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
so we have a 2A, 3A. Corey Egger from Minneapolis qualified.
Okay, good.
And so we'll have
Then the 300 meter hurdles have Kim
Kim
Garrett
Garrett.
for the Lady Dogs. And then we'll jump to the 800s. So we'll be back.
Your gold medal champions, Kim Garrett, Paige Crawl, Lauren Montgomery, Lexi Watts.
4x1 squad for Bennington.
Otis Bison in 6, Pretty Prairie in 7, and Baileyville B&B in 8.
Right now with point-wise for the Bennington girls. Oh, that's 3A. Or am I missing? Okay, point-wise for the Bennington girls, first place over El Saline, 32 points. El Saline 30. They've only had 3 events and they scored gold, but Mariah Jones can't do it anymore. Has a leg injury, so I don't know what else El Saline's going to go with if they have anything else. Lincoln is in 6th. Sacred Heart is where Republic County's in a 10th place tie with Wathena and Cimarron and Ellenwood. Sacred Heart's in 21st place. The Bennington boys are in 3rd place with 24 points behind Marine Academy and Plainville with 36 and 32. Girls 3A being led by Douglas with 45. Minneapolis is 15th, tied for 15th in Medicine Lodge with 11 points. That's after 4x1s. The Minneapolis boys, after the 1600 meter, are in 8th place with 16 points. I think we read that already. But, so congrats to the Bennington girls on their hopes to win a state title. They're now in the lead and hopefully control their own fate. The Bennington boys are also in the lead.
It looks favorable for both the girls and boys to take home the heavy hardware, and not only second this year, but the girls are wanting to move up to that first place finish, and looks like they've got a very good start on it here today. Boys are running very strong on the Bennington team. Getting ready for the boys 2A 4x1.
We'll be back. Okay, Class 2A girls open 400. Jackie Wagner from Bennington is out in lane 8. Update on scores after the 4x1s for the boys side. Class 2A, the Bennington Bulldogs are no longer first. They're tied for 4th. Marine Academy is first with 37. Plainville second with 32. Osborne is third with 28. And Bennington is tied with Burlingame and Washington County with 24. On the 3A side, Hutch Trinity is first with 37. Conway Springs second, 35. Minneapolis is 9th with 16. Beloit 10th with 14. Ellsworth still has 1. Southeast Lane still has 2. See where Sacred Heart stands in the 2A. Republic County is 20th with 7. Where's Sacred Heart?
The starter is backing them into the blocks here. This is the open 400. Jackie Wagner with the Bennington Bulldogs. Lady Dogs are moving up point-wise. Last we knew they were close to.
They were first.
The boys have moved back out of first, but might have been a little premature in between races. But Wagner out in lane 8 for the Lady Dogs. This Open 400. Wow. This is a 400, folks. She's made up the stagger on the field. I would have to say so. Wagner out in lane 8 trying to stride out down the home stretch. She is going to end up 7th, I believe. So it's Pickens from...
That girl is just fast, fast, fast. That Pickens girl from Peabody.
Peabody, yeah.
58.32. Wilson from Ellis Lane got 6th. Wagner from Bennington got 7th. We forgot that Wilson was in that also.
Golly, she was, wasn't she? And she has a 6th place finish from El Saline,
which will give El Saline a point there.
Class 3A is next. State record holder in the Class 3A Open 400 is our very own Linda Smith. And I don't think her time's going to get touched here today. If somebody could run a 56, then it would get close.
Is there a NCAA uniform out there? Is that Ellsworth in 5, maybe?
Yeah. 20 years ago, 56-35. Linda Shea still holds the record for the girls 3A. And I don't believe there's anyone that's going to touch it here today. Maybe a relation might get close to it in the years to come. Riley Baker. Niece. Class 3A, Dale, we got anybody in this?
I'm trying to figure out if there's any NCAA squads. I don't know that there is. Oh, Southeast Saline's in 2, isn't it?
Southeast.
That's not Southeast Saline? Yeah, it's got black in it. Southeast Saline didn't have black on the uniforms. Okay, well, we'll be back for the Bennington boys 400. 2 Bennington things to show you here. Jackie Wagner, number 1, getting the 7th place medal for the Lady Dogs for the Open 400. And Daniel Ellis is getting ready to run for the Dogs on the Open 400 on the boys' side.
Ellis in lane 6 for Bennington. Starting to pile up some points here late in this track meet.
Bennington, let's see. I can't remember. Did I give the latest points for Minneapolis?
No.
Girls?
No.
This is girls. Class 3A, first place is Douglas with 46. Hayes T&P second with 41. That's going to be a nip and tuck all the way through. Minneapolis is 15th with 11. Beloit is 21st still with 7.
That was 11, and that wasn't even close. That's 11th gold medal for that young lady on the...
Oh, yeah, from Peabody Burns.
Yeah.
All right, Class 2A boys, Open 400 coming up.
And she has one more race. She'll run the 200, and I wouldn't doubt that she would...
Oh, somebody have to break her leg forehand not to win.
Yeah.
She's an incredible runner.
Ellis out in lane 6 for the Dogs. I didn't notice what his time was, qualifying time, probably right around 51. Corey Egger for Minneapolis just did not quite get qualified for the finals in the 400. So this is our last 400 runner. Riley Baker, just by a photo finish, was not able to qualify at the regional.
Sure taking a while getting this one going.
Come on, Bob.
Where's Bob down there?
Yeah. I thought he was kind of over on the curve there.
Bob Smith, Mr. Kansas Flyer himself.
Now the starter's backing him in the blocks. Goodness.
Yep.
There's set. $400. Looks like Ellis is in pretty good shape. Made up stagger on the two runners on the outside. That's a philosophy used by a lot of open 400s. Run as fast as you can, as long as you can. There's no tactics about a 400. It's a sprint. And if you can hold out at the end, all the better. Ellis in pretty good shape in third, but the rest of the field is coming on now. We'll see if Ellis can hold on to fourth place here and see what the time is. Looks like he will finish fourth. Nice race there. Ellis brings in some more points. 50 flat was the winner. 50.91 was the winner from Ellis.
51.74, is it?
Ellis at
For Ellis from Bennington?
51.73, yeah. Right at that. Nice race by Ellis from Bennington.
Well, with that, Mike Perry and I are going to sign off and return to the big town. Jay Macy is going to take over. So hope you all are kind to him. Be gentle on him. We appreciate him stepping in and shooting video for us and letting us go.
By all means.
So this is going to conclude our 11th season of broadcasting of Minneapolis activities. Hope you've enjoyed it, folks. With that, Dale Leech and
Mike Perry.
Going to sign off. Good night.